everything sucks, two men have the balls to laugh at it. This is The System is Down.
Is BiBi dead? I don't know. There's a whole lot of chaos going on. Let's talk about all of it. Let's go.
You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, kinda, almost. By we, I mean me. Today's episode is brought to you by you guys in the Downers Club. People like Bud, Garrett, Pale Moonlight, Aaron Johnson, Michael McIntyre, James Strickland, William Surtur, Nathan, Keen Overgilda, Kate, John, Bob, Drugs for Robots, Autumn, Sean, CD, Zachary, Abrogate, Dees, Maxwell, Kimberly, Kim Yuppie, Noah, JC, Justico, Silas, Joey, Penord, Adam, Donald, Matt, Osmond, Taz, Danielle, Sean, Level Zero, Stefan, something, shit, I lost it. All right, whatever. We're in a hurry today. If you want to get your name on that list and have it read incorrectly someday, go on over to patreon.com/The System is Down. To the one or two of you who just signed up, sorry I don't have your names worked in there yet. I will get them in there soon. But you can get ad-free episodes of the show, bonus episodes whenever we do them, and support the show. I always say support. You're not getting support. I'm not your therapist. Whatever. Maybe we'll talk in there. I don't know. But you get some stuff. And we might do an after party at some point. I doubt I'll do it at the same time I'm doing this, but it might be recorded by the time this comes out. I'm not sure yet. So we've got to talk about that Chris Webby song and maybe that Tom McDonald song as well. But we don't have time to get into those today because there's too much going on in the news. It's been too long since we've been here doing this, and I didn't even bring Craig or Dave, and we're not doing it live because I've had so little time, and there's so much going on, and I don't have time to discuss it with anybody but you guys. I hope that makes you feel special. If you like this show and you want to support it, go to patreon.com/The System is Down, but we are going to fly as quickly as possible. I know you guys know how good I am at short episodes, but it's not gonna be short. It's probably still gonna be long, but there's so much packed in here that we gotta get right down to it. All right, shut up, music. So, yeah, hi. This is The System is Down, and there's been a bunch of crazy shit going on. So we're gonna talk about it, and that's the premise for today's episode. It's gonna be a little bit scattershot, a little bit disorganized. I've got a whole bunch of links here, and we'll just talk about some of the things. Good news first, I think. I think this is good news. Let me know if I'm wrong. I don't know what this is, but I think it's good news. Supposedly, come on, screen share. Supposedly, RFK Jr. has gotten fluoride out of all our water somehow. Breaking RFK Jr., this is from Paul White Gold Eagle, so you know it's legit. He's got more followers than I do, so, you know, he's doing something right. Breaking, RFK Jr. just swapped fluoride for creatine monohydrate in every public water line. America's taps now officially dispense Gaines water. New mandate, fluoride completely eradicated from all municipal water systems nationwide. So supposedly he has replaced fluoride, which, as you know, conspiracy theorists love to talk about fluoride in the water and how it causes things. I think it probably does and did and always has. I don't know anything I mean, this is just me. Maybe you know, and let me know if you know, but I don't know what monohydrate or creatine monohydrate is or does or anything. But, you know, if it is a step in the right direction, great. We will wait to see how real that even is, because, you know, when they say it happens immediately, that seems like a lie. Coming from government, anything happening immediately seems like a lie. Now, shifting a bit for just a moment to the war in Iran. We'll have a bunch on that later, but I did want to share this off the bat because I thought this was pretty funny. Some people are speculating that this is not real. Some people are saying it is real, and some AIs are interpreting it as real, and other ones are interpreting it as not real. So I don't know. You tell me. Once again, this bomb, apparently Iran posted, and on the tip of this missile, allegedly, they wrote, this is from Stu Peters. The Iranians wrote a message on a missile used in the latest retaliatory strike in Tel Aviv. The quote is allegedly in memory of the victims of Epstein Island. That's pretty cool. If it's true. I don't know if it's true. But, you know, if I was in Iran's position right now, That I'd probably write something to that effect too. It not only addresses the problem. I'm sure Iran isn't stupid. They know that a large part of this war is to distract from our Epstein files and all that shit. So for them to put that out there, I think is pretty funny if that is what happened. Now, speaking of Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein. Here's a little nugget that I found this week. Jeffrey Epstein, and allegedly in one of his documents, said, "Quote: Yes, I'm Jewish. 650 relatives, all Jewish. That was number 1. Number 2, 10 different spellings of Epstein. 3, I have 2 recessive genes that cause hyperfucking." You be the judge of that one. I'm not sure if he's relating it to his admittedly Jewishness that causes his hyperfucking as a, known pedophile and trafficker of children. But, not my words. I'm just letting you know what he said. Ted Cruz is very mad because he's just seeing so much anti-Semitism on the internet, and he said that he can't get up in the morning and say good morning without the internet being all anti-Semitic in his shit. But some of the things that Ted Cruz has been going off on lately, and we'll get to a few of them. But even more importantly than the anti-Semitic allegation is that he went on to say, I can't tell you how many pictures I've seen of myself, AI pictures of me in an Israel flag bikini. He said that, and then the internet, of course, did what the internet does, and immediately started making a bunch of pictures of Ted Cruz in an Israel flag bikini. So that's fun. There he is being dog walked by BiBi, and there he is. It's just sorry to do that to you. I probably should have given you a warning before pulling those images up, but whatever. Ted Cruz also this week, Easter's coming up. So as it seems to be the case over the last couple years, right around Easter time, the powers that be got to come out and let you know that, not that Christ is risen, but that Christ is king. That phrase is anti-Semitic. Here's Ted Cruz just running it back, just playing all the hits. Here we go.
Although it is being
also, I'm going to
used
speed up
online
clips today
in a
so
way
we can
that
get through
is
them all.
meant to say, screw you, Jew. It is being used in a context very directly to say, I hate Jews, and that's almost an online code word. Christ is king is, I hate the Jews.
Is that your view, or why do you say that?
Because you see the people who are saying it, and they're saying it in that context. They're saying Jews are horrible, like they're attacking Jews, and they end with Christ is king to make it sound like somehow there's a biblical basis for attacking Jews. Look, Jesus was a Jew. And by the way, the twisted theology that says Jews are Christ killers, and that's been used to justify anti-Semitism, to justify persecution and murder. Look, as I read the Gospels, Jesus went to the cross willingly. He made the choice to go to the cross, and it was not the Jews who killed Jesus. It was me.
Ted Cruz admitted it. Ted Cruz, the Jews did not kill Jesus. Ted Cruz, the Zodiac killer, killed Jesus. There it is. His words, not mine, folks. But yeah, Christ is king is anti-Semitic again. If you have a problem, with one of our senators insisting that the phrase Christ is king is an anti-Semitic slur, just wake the fuck up. What else we got here? Oh, here's a, we got some from Rabbi Cruz there, but here's another rabbi talking about Jesus. This rabbi was asked on the internet, what he thinks of Jesus, and here's what he had to say.
What do you think about Jesus? Well, he smells really, really bad because right now he's in boiling feces. That's his judgment. And unfortunately, a lot of people are ruining their own lives as a result of following his ways. Different answer than you thought. Next time, don't ask an Orthodox rabbi what he thinks about Jesus.
So the very spooky music was cranked up a little bit hot there, guys, if I could give you a little bit of propaganda pointers. But what he said there was, if you don't want to know what Orthodox rabbi thinks about Jesus, don't ask. But I think he's boiling in feces. I think he's very smelly because he's in hell boiling in his own feces right now. And you're stupid. So, just his words, not mine. I don't know. I don't know what is or isn't anymore. If you're into that sort of thing, you can celebrate Easter in your own way with bunnies and thinking that Christ is King is anti-Semitic. Let's see. Oh, we've got more Ted Cruz. Here is Ted Cruz calling out Tucker Carlson. Why? Because Tucker Carlson is an anti-Semitic demagogue and one of the most dangerous people in the country. Tucker Carlson, everyone. Here's Ted Cruz.
And I will say on the right, I have seen more anti-Semitism in the last 18 months on the right than at any point in my lifetime. A year and a half
Why do
ago,
you
I
think
could
that
not
is?
have imagined we would be here having this conversation. And it is growing, and it is gaining real purchase, especially with young people. I agree, Norm, that we're winning with folks in this room with some gray or salt and pepper in their hair. But in the
Boomers.
college classroom, I'm a lot less certain. And it is being spread
So
by loud voices.
I am confident that we're winning the propaganda war against the boomers that we've always been able to convince. But I'm not convinced that the younger kids who are on, Twitter and TikTok and whatnot, and they're seeing all these connections between Epstein and Israel and the war in Iran and Israel and all the stuff that's going on in Israel. They're not as smart as the boomers are on the internet. By the way, I just want to say that when I am inevitably appointed benevolent dictator of this country, the day's coming. But when that happens, boomers, you can keep your guns. None of us have to pay taxes or whatever. We'll figure that out later. You can keep your guns, but we're taking your phones away. You don't get to have phones anymore because you can't handle it. You've proven that you're less responsible with phones than you are with guns. So that's that. Anyway, back to this boomer.
The most consequential of whom is Tucker Carlson. I believe Tucker Carlson is the single most dangerous demagogue in this country.
Gasp.
And I'll tell you, I've made the decision that I'm going to take him on head directly.
Strategery. We're going to take him on. I'm going to take him on head directly. I mean, what was wrong with head first? Why did you need to change it to head directly? That sounds a little suggestive, but I don't know. Whatever, that's Ted Cruz. He's very mad about all the quote-unquote anti-Semitism from people not supporting his favorite country, Israel. And he did say in his interview with Tucker Carlson that he joined, or he wanted to become a senator because his number one priority was Israel, a different country. I became a leader in our country because my number one priority was Israel. Same as Dan Bongino and several others. But we'll get to Lindsey Graham later. But here, this next bit is, this is Donald Trump talking about the power of the Jewish lobby in America. Not only, he's not only admitting that it's there now, he's saying it's not powerful enough. Let's hear it from him.
As President of the United States, I will always support Jewish Americans, and I will always be a friend and a champion to the Jewish people. I have been. And I will say, if you go back 10, 12, 15 years ago at the most, the strongest lobby in Washington was the Jewish lobby. It was Israel. That's no longer true. You have to be very careful. You have a Congress in particular which is becoming anti-Semitic. You have AOC +3. You have those people.
So because the Jewish lobby is not as powerful as it once was, that means that everybody's just anti-Semitic. These dirtbags who are fucking bombing the shit out of all their neighbors on our dime, it's only anti-Semitism that's making them less powerful and bringing down their notoriety and power and sway in our politics here in the United States.
Ilhan Omar, she hates Jewish people. And you have to be very careful because there's been a big change. If you go back 15 years ago, I'm not Jewish, but my father was very friendly with many, many Jewish people, was honored by Federation. I would go with him to Federation of Jewish Philanthropies and many other things. And we grew up respecting and loving Jewish people. You don't even think about it. In Brooklyn and Queens mostly. And my father didn't go to Manhattan. He never went to Manhattan from the standpoint. He could never understand how in Brooklyn you could buy a piece of land for $3 a foot, and how in Manhattan you had to pay $1,000 a foot. He said, I can't get that. I don't like it. I like to buy it for $3. So it was different. It's a different thinking. In a way, I'm glad he didn't do that because he let me have some of that fun.
Shut up. So the Jewish lobby, the Israeli lobby in our country is no longer powerful enough. Also, him and his dad always loved the Jews, but his dad, it's just the Donald Trump rabbit trails make him look like such a buffoon most of the time lately, because he's saying they should have more power, and they don't have enough power. we should get it back to the way it was. But even back then, my dad was like, I don't want to go to Manhattan because they're greedy motherfuckers who charge way too much for things. Like, just whatever. That's some of the least important stuff. Here, lest you think that we are anti-Semites, as Ted Cruz insists, it is important to remember that just like BLM, it's not, it's not all black people that are burning down Starbucks to defend a dude that died from a drug overdose. Sometimes there are people who, of all walks of life, of all faiths and ethnicities and backgrounds, who see the bullshit that's going on even in their own communities, and they are willing to, protest. Here's some Jews, I think, in Washington. Play it. Come on. Oh, I gotta click here.
1, 2, 3, 4, Zionism no more.
1, 2, 3, 4, Zionism no more.
5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is not a Jewish state.
All right. Okay.
6, 7, 8. Israel is not a Jewish state. AIPAC, shame. You don't speak in the Jewish name. AIPAC, shame. You don't speak in the Jewish name.
So they say that a couple more times. AIPAC, shame. You don't speak in the Jewish name. I wanted to play this last one because I thought it was pretty funny. This is where the guy, I think he's freestyling, and he got a little bit crazy, and people couldn't keep up.
Zionism no. The state of Israel must go.
So they're trying to say, what he said was, Judaism yes, Zionism no, the Israel state must go. And they're like, yeah, that one too. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, some people, even of the Jewish faith and persuasion, are opposed to what is going on right now in the name of Israel and in the name of the United States. So good on them. Let's see, what else we got here? Laura Loomer. Yeah, I don't know. You guys probably know who Jake Lang is more than I do, but I didn't know who Jake Lang was until I saw a couple clips going around this week, and then some people were calling him a Fed or an agitator or blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this guy, well, first, let me just share these in order of how I found out about this guy. This was the first clip I saw going around this week. This is Jake Lang.
Go back, AIPAC, go back. That's the AIPAC building right there. White Christian men are not going to sit around while you turn our children into a bunch of nigger lovers.
So he gave a salute. I don't understand what this clip even is. Oh, I don't even have it centered. He gives a Roman salute and then says AIPAC has to go because we're not gonna turn our kids into N-word lovers. Yeah, that's what all of the people who are opposed to this war, that's all of our stances right now. He speaks for us or something. That's I mean, tell me you're a Fed without telling me you're a Fed when that's your stance. But strangely enough, I mean, the internet quickly pointed out that this dude is a Jew who's seen on camera very aggressively kissing the wall in full garb. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, he's probably a legit Nazi, anti-Semite, and white supremacist that he presents himself as. I don't know if he was joking. The confusing thing is that he went on Laura Loomer like a day later, and yeah, I thought Laura Loomer was in favor of AIPAC in Israel. I feel like the Fed wires are getting crossed here somehow. And if somebody can explain this better, let me know. But just listening to this guy talk is just painful.
A lot of people were tweeting this statement. We don't hate the media enough. What people were tweeting this statement. We don't hate the media enough. What is your take as a media professional in the absolute mental gymnastics, word salad obfuscation campaign they put on to make it look like right-wing Trump supporters planted a bomb at Zohran Mamdani's house. If you had no clue
Well,
what
I called
happened,
it out
and you
immediately,
read-
but I also know what it's like to be vilified for speaking the truth about Islam because I had my life destroyed over this. I mean, 10 years ago, right? 11 years ago, I was completely...
God, I can't. Two of the most annoying voices I've ever heard. Oh, now my camera's not going to work. That's cool. Why would it? Why would it? Come on now. Get it together. All right. There we go. Yeah, that's Jake Lang schmoozing it up with Laura Loomer. Also being a Nazi, anti-Semite or something. I don't know. Then we've got, apparently there was accusations of him getting catfished or something into, or lured in, like to catch a predator style, into meeting up with a 15-year-old girl this week. I don't really know much about this, but it says, How to Catch a Predator, Sting nabbed a right-wing hate monger. Welcome back to... All right, I'm not reading all this. I don't know. I barely care what these people have to say about each other, even because I don't trust any of them at this point. But yeah, there's Jake Lang. New to me, news to me, just all around, so I don't have a lot of opinions. Just somebody to keep an eye on because he definitely seems like he's up to no good. Speaking of up to no good, I don't know Matt Tracy either. I've heard a lot of people bitch about Matt Tracy, but I don't know much about him personally, other than he started a new podcast, it sounds like, and joining him as co-host is Matt Taibbi, the journalist who was, instructed to release the Twitter files when that happened, and we all wanted to like, but I don't know. I don't have an opinion of my own on Matt Tracy, and I don't have a strong one on Matt Taibbi, but I do have a strong opinion on this clip that came out of their first episode.
Steaming hot cheese pizza, just what I wanted to sink my teeth into. Steaming hot cheese pizza, just what I wanted to sink my teeth into.
And there is Matt Taibbi opening a grape soda as well. So they're just flat out mocking. Why is the camera not working? They're just flat out mocking the Pizzagate stuff, the Epstein stuff, the cheese pizza, grape soda, all that stuff that is about, child sex trafficking. We're just gonna mock that because that's the point now. Yeah, check that out. Let me know if there's anything more to that joke, but I'm done. I'm done with you. I've heard enough just from that clip alone. I don't really need to know much more about you. Roger Stone also posted this last night, which I thought was a bit odd. Roger Stone posted, "Pizza is like sex. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good." Now, I don't want to assume that anybody who ever talks about pizza again for the rest of eternity is indeed a pedophile, but I think that there's enough connections with Roger Stone to the Epstein stuff at this point that this is at best not a good look. Not a good look. Like, read the room, Roger, if you're completely innocent and not involved at all. Just why? What was the reason for posting pizza is like sex? Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. Why, Roger? Just why? Moving on. Let's see. Oh, Ben Shapiro had another roundtable thing. Usually he when he does these things, it's Matt Walsh, it seems like, that he's bickering at and saying that he must do the right thing. Matt Walsh doesn't seem to be on this one as far as this clip that's going around. This is Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles, Andrew Klavan, and some dude that I don't know, but he doesn't matter because he doesn't really weigh in here. But this is Ben Shapiro's latest on treating his colleagues and cohorts as just whipping boys to do his bidding.
So if Candace Owens decides to slander the widow of Charlie Kirk, I think that people have a moral duty to say that this is a bad thing, even if they are quote-unquote friends with those people, and I find it an act...
But let's take that further. So obviously one should state one's view and say, Erica's great and the attacks on her are not right.
Well, Michael, I'll just ask you straight up. Is Candace Owens doing something evil by attacking Erica Kirk?
I think that it's wrong to attack Erica Kirk.
No, say the sentence with her name in it.
I'm not...
Say that racism is irrational and repugnant and condemn the person that I told you to condemn who used to be employed by me. Condemn her. This is such a leftist bullshit. straight up, this is exactly the same tactics that we saw from the left for the last 10 years. Is I condemn this person because I said so. And if you can't say that she is evil, then you are evil.
I'm not going to dance like a puppet for the podcast wars.
You don't have to dance like a puppet, but you are dancing pretty quickly. I mean, there's a lot of tap dancing happening.
I don't think there's any tap dancing.
Even if you aren't
interested
in the podcast wars, the podcast
and I
wars
think
are
the
interested
people
in
who are
you.
leading the invective against Candace are her biggest publicists.
So there, Michael Knowles said, I think the people who are fighting against Candace are our biggest publicists. Yeah. Like, Ben Shapiro has done way more to help Candace Owens by being like, she's an evil person, and you should definitely listen to what she has to say about this stuff. And everybody's like, okay. And I don't know. I'm sure he's still got plenty of dumb boomer support that he's just been leeching off for quite some time now. Let's jump on over to Candace, because she had a couple things this week that I'm sure are very evil and naughty, and she shouldn't have said or shown or shared on the internet. Here is, she shared this clip of the Charlie Kirk assassination that at least I have not seen before now, of the fabled rear view shot of Charlie Kirk, where, you know, the bullet was supposed to have gone through and definitely, like, his neck stopped it, or there was blood explosions or something. I don't know. It looks in this video like there's nothing other than possibly something exploding out of a shirt. You tell me. You be the judge. Here's that.
You can get to this. And by the way, I think at some point they said they didn't have the footage. They have the footage, okay? Terrell was at his office when he showed me this. And here we go. You can just play this. And if you guys are just on audio, you'll obviously need to come cut this on video, because I can't really describe. Obviously, the question is being asked. This moment right here, we had assumed initially.
All right, so she talks a lot about this necklace. I don't know that much about this necklace. I don't really care yet about this necklace. I haven't heard enough. But apparently everybody is talking about his necklace came off or something. The only real odd thing about if the necklace did come off, here you can see there's no blood, 30-06 shot through the neck, and nothing at all comes out the back. So that's worth a share. But this necklace appears to have gone from around his neck to over his shoulder. I don't understand how any of these physics work, quite frankly, but I would think that if I got shot in the neck and I had a necklace on, the necklace doesn't go up and over and onto my hand and around and up and onto my shoulder. I don't know what this is, and I don't really care about the necklace. I do think it's worth a share, though, that, 30-06 shot to the neck, for anything that they said, they're right. It must have just stopped inside of his Man of Steel neck, because there was no evidence from the back that he even got shot other than his, convulsing backwards. So, yeah, that's fun. Candace also, the very evil Candace also released some text messages from Charlie Kirk this week, and I can't confirm or deny whether or not these are valid emails, but we'll read them anyway. We will see. I doubt she would share these if they weren't from Charlie Kirk, but you know how the internet is. I won't be able to show all of it. All right. Charlie says, or allegedly, this is all alleged, I don't know. According to Candace, Charlie Kirk said, "Stand for truth. The people are with you." She hearted that. She said, "I know. Been through enough of these to know the truth always wins in the end." Charlie sent prayer hands and said, by the way, he was standing on a couch. I don't know what this is about. Candace says, "LOL, ha ha ha." He says he's unhinged. Stay the course. I don't know who that is in reference to. I wouldn't imagine it's Tom Cruise jumping on the couch in 2023, but yeah, who knows? The next text is Charlie allegedly says, "There are some verses in the Talmud that will blow your mind." Candace says, "I am aware of them." Charlie says the Talmud is not biblical, but it's their rabbinical interpretations of Judaism. And then he sends a shh emoji, like don't say anything. She said, I did a deep dive one week, and he said, "Thought crime." She said, "Yep." He said, "Listening, amazing. Your show rocks, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. The defense on Twitter," I guess he meant thank you for the defense on Twitter today. "The Jews were very angry at me again today. Go figure." She says, "Their expectation is that you defend them, but they are silent if anything happens to Christians." He says, "It's sick." She says, and they expect you to be silent if anything happens to Christians. So horrible. He says, I'm over it. The amount of texts I got again over that tweet was honestly beyond belief. I even tweeted with all disclaimers. So that's that. You know, it's probably nothing. It's probably just completely fabricated. Has no bearing in reality, right? That's the only other explanation for it. Candace just made it all up again, and it'll come out that it was real very soon. I'm sure. It always does. Oddly enough, that poor widow Erica, she's been appointed. She's gotten a new job. I mean, that trad wife mother, single trad wife mother, model, actor, actress, fashionista, CEO is also now appointed to U.S. Air Force leadership. You know, as former pageant queens, models, fashion designers, and mothers, widows, especially like mothers of children. She's been on multiple tours since Charlie died. She's got 2 kids. She's running a millions and millions of dollar company as the CEO, and now she's taken on a job with Air Force leadership. And according to the reader's added context, this is not what you think it is. It says, readers added context. Erica Kirk was appointed to the Air Force Academy Board of Visitors, not to leadership. Okay, so that Board of Visitors. I don't even know what that means. As the wording of this post could be misunderstood to say. So, the Board of Visitors. What does the Board of Visitors do? I don't know, but if she's taken on any role that's not going home and being a mom for 5 seconds, I think that she probably should focus a little bit on that. Also, I gotta share this. I don't know if it's real. I have no idea. But people are speculating online that the voice in this audio recording from the Department of Justice is like some sort of wiretap that sounds like some female trying to coax and groom younger girls into hanging out with some dude named Jeffrey. There are some people that say that this person's voice sounds like Erica Kirk. I don't know. You tell me. You be the judge. Here we go.
Attempt at 4:26 p.m.
Speed it up because there's a lot of dead air. I'll try and slow it down when it comes on.
Hello? Hey, what's up? I talked to Jeffrey, and I'm going to his house tomorrow morning, and I'm taking my son. He's gonna set something up for you now.
Well, like, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow morning when I go to his house about it.
How much? Like, would I get paid last time?
Sorry.
Talk to him. I'll talk to him tomorrow, and then I'll bring you in the next day and you can talk to him about it.
How much do you make? I don't know what I want to do. I just want to get some ideas.
I don't know. You're going to have to talk to him about it. I mean, I don't really work for him like that. I just bring girls to him, and they work for him. So you're going to have to talk to him about it.
Again, I don't know. We're really just going off of, it kind of sounds like Erica. I think it does sound like Erica, but that doesn't prove anything at all. Maybe if somebody can do like a voice match or something to see if it really matches up. The reader's context. I'm just going to get reader's notes to death today, apparently. Reader's added context. That's not Erica Kirk recruiting a young girl. It's a controlled tapped phone call circa 2005 to Haley Robinson, a known Epstein recruiter from Palm Beach PD. The child on the line, known as SG, was attempting to get Robinson to incriminate herself. Okay. I don't know if that's true either, because I'm also supposed to believe that Erica Kirk is just a sad, poor widow and the Epstein files don't exist. So pardon me if if I don't immediately accept that. But, maybe. What else we got here? We haven't even gotten to is BiBi Dead. We're going to get to that very shortly, but before we do, this one needs to be shared. This is going all the way back to Donald Trump's, the assassination attempt against Donald Trump. A new angle has come out about that as well, and it appears to be and people are saying, sorry for the audio listener, this is, I believe, an entirely visual situation here. It appears to be, you see Trump goes down, the security goes around to get him up and everything. As they're getting him up, you can see these people with cameras, they're not just coming in. There's this dude behind them in a suit and tie, appears to be some sort of Secret Service or something, ushering them in to the right spot to get the right shot, it seems like. I'm just going to play this a couple times. You tell me.
Doing in
We
a
don't need the audio. See there, he walks around to the right. More cameras come in. Everybody's getting up there, like, in the line of fire. You can't know that the shooter was taken down at this point. Trump just got shot like 15 seconds ago, and they're like, get the reporters in there to get this shot. Also, you'll see the American flag that's in the shot above him. It's not there very clearly yet. It looks like the crane operator lowered the flag to get the shot, which, if that is true, is absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy that in that split second of a moment for this completely obviously not staged event, Trump gets shot, and immediately we bring in the reporters to get the pictures. Several like award-winning photographers, I'm sure, come in to get this picture, and then the crane appears to lower the flag. Let's watch. There is, yep, there's still the Secret Service guy there down in the bottom right corner, moving people around, getting them to the right spot, getting them on cue, while Donald Trump says, fight, fight, fight. And, oh, see there, the flag, I can't tell if it's just a perspective issue and like a blowing in the breeze issue, but I can definitely understand if people think that does look like the flag is being lowered to get the shot. And if that is the case, that's fucking crazy. Shot turned out real cool, though, but you tell me, am I just a crazy conspiracy theorist on that one, too? Maybe. It's very possible. I accept that as a possibility. I'm just tired of being right all the time, so I gotta level it up. I gotta make some more crazy predictions so that I'm not right all the time. Because people will start to get suspicious and think that I'm a fed if I just, keep getting everything right. Let's see. We did Trump shooting. Oh, there was this one. The Save America Act. Donald Trump posted this. Hopefully we can see this. Donald Trump's, there we go. Donald Trump posted on Truth Social, the Save America Act. 1, all voters must show voter ID. All right, reasonable enough. 2, I like how we put it in parentheses, identification, in case you don't know what ID means. 2, all voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote. 3, no, that's fine too. 3, no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. Fine with that. 4, no men and women's sports. Yep, I'm cool with that. 5, no transgender mutilation surgery for children, ... without the express written approval of parents. Yeah. You see any problem with that? Like, no matter where you stand, even if you're for, like, trans surgery, even if you're for trans surgery for children, do you see anything wrong with him typing out no transgender mutilation surgery for children without the expressed written approval of the parents? Talk about talking out both sides of your mouth. That's like, you guys are mutilating the children. You're killing them. You're destroying their lives. And we're not going to let you do that ever again unless your parents sign a form. And then it's fine. Like, he called it transgender mutilation surgery and then said it's fine if your parents do it. I feel like you got to pick a lane there. If it's transgender mutilation surgery, and if you believe that that is the case, I don't think it's okay to say as long as your parents say it's okay. I just don't. I know that probably makes me a bad libertarian. I don't know. But I don't care about that either. Now, don't worry, because shortly after, they changed it and took out the last part. Now it's number 5 is just no transgender mutilation surgery for children. So, what that tells me, I mean, all the boomer MAGA people will tell you that proves that he meant none of it at all. None. That proves it because he posted it and then took it down and then reposted it. That tells me he stands for nothing, actually. That tells me that he wants to talk out both sides of his mouth, and that is if he can get away with doing it, that is his preferred method to just interact with all of us plebs, to make us all happy while he does none of these things. Or, puts it in there so that when Thomas Massie votes against it for some reason, I don't know if he will. I don't know much else about this act, but yeah, if somebody votes against it that he doesn't like, he'll say it's because they support transgender mutilation or something, even though he posted that he supports it as long as parents are okay with it. Now, let's see. Still got to get to BiBi Dead, and we still got a whole bunch of war. Trump said, we need to slow down on the deportations again. Shit. Let's go ahead and do... I did want to bring up The Onion. If you guys recall, The Onion used to be funny. I know, it's a long time ago for you youngsters, and you probably aren't familiar, but The Onion was at one point pretty funny. And then at one point, this might be hard to believe too, but Babylon Bee was funny. So funny that they got kicked off of Twitter for being too edgy back when other dude, I don't remember his name, the other dude owned it before Elon bought Twitter. They were both funny, but once Babylon Bee started becoming funny, The Onion became less funny, because Babylon Bee was funny because Democrats were in office and they were attacking the powers that be. And The Onion became less funny because they weren't going to attack the powers that be because they're more of a lefty organization, it seems. Now that Donald Trump is not only in power, but doing a dog shit job, The Onion just has all the material that they want. And Donald Trump just handed it to them. So we've come horseshoed back over to The Onion is funny again, because The Onion said, U.S. suffers additional casualties in war it won last week. That's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny headline. Yes, we have heard that the war is over, and I'll go through all of them in just a moment, but we've heard that the war is over, and also that we are still experiencing casualties, and we'll experience more casualties in the war that has ended. Sorry, I thought I muted myself there. Here's another headline from The Onion that I commend, because it's funny, and that's your job, funny man. It says, Trump writes Netanyahu strongly worded check. That is pretty accurate. Just fun little sidebars. We're going to talk about whether or not Benjamin Netanyahu is dead in just a moment, but before we do, seems like a great time to throw to an ad, because I'm sure our sponsor loves, hey, you want to find out if Benjamin Netanyahu is dead? Tune in after this. Stick around.
The great William Shakespeare once said, "First thing we do, let's kill all the lawyers." That's right. It is common knowledge that literally no one in the known universe actually likes lawyers. That is, until they're saving your ass. Max the Axe at Lone Star Injury Attorneys is a professional ass saver. A rare breed, though he be a lawyer, he is indeed a principled libertarian, a defender of the injured and downtrodden, a supportive, faithful Downers Club member, my personal favorite, and a shockingly kind and hospitable fellow at an award-winning personal injury law firm. So if you've been injured on the job in an automobile accident or some other form of cattywampus beyond your personal control, visit LoneStarInjuryAttorneys.com or just Google Max the Axe for maximum results. Consultations are free and you don't pay a single dime unless you win. Go with the pros at LoneStarInjuryAttorneys.com and get your ass covered.
And we are back. Is Prime Minister of Israel Benjamin Netanyahu deceased? What do you think? I mean, can you kill a vampire? I don't even know. But that's been going around for the last 24 hours, and that was the main reason why I had all this stuff, and all the war stuff that we're about to talk about too, stacked and ready to go, and then I never had time to do a show this week, and I was like, I gotta get in there so I can get through all these ridiculous things. And then as of last night, everybody's like, BiBi's dead, BiBi's dead, BiBi's dead, BiBi's dead. I don't know if BiBi's dead. I do know that there was an awful lot of compelling footage yesterday of Tel Aviv taking some fire, like lots of fire again, and it's almost impossible at this point to know what is AI and what is real. Not impossible to know what is AI, but to know what is real and what is not real. Because there's some real footage going around that's of different strikes in different places, and they're just saying whichever side they want to look good, they're just saying this is the other side getting clobbered, and the other side saying this is the other side getting clobbered. There's a lot of that I've seen. I don't know. So it's hard to, and that is how war always is. There's always the fog of war and all the propaganda and everything, but now we've got every single person in their bedroom is a propagandist. And I know it's ironic for me to say that in a negative way, but every single boomer with a cell phone, or even every single Zoomer who doesn't know anything going on in the world, no offense to Zoomers, I still have hope for you, but everybody is able to just say a thing. Not only that, everybody's able to make a borderline Hollywood quality, epic short clip in AI of a thing, especially if there's no people in it. It's just bombs raining down from the sky. That's real easy to make in AI. And I've seen a lot of even like journalist accounts that I trust. And I'm like, that's clearly AI, dude. Well, what are you doing? Like, we don't need to make shit up. I don't know about you, but I just want to know what is happening. I don't want like false hope or anything. I want to know what's going on. Speaking of false hope, Benjamin Netanyahu rumored to be dead. And this mostly started yesterday because of a clip where supposedly he has 6 fingers. So people are saying that it's AI. Let's see. Let me pull that up here first. Let's see. Benny is 6 fingers. This is the clip that everybody was sharing yesterday. He's speaking their language, so don't need the audio. But he's just shaking his hand, and people are saying that he clearly has 6 fingers there on his left hand. That's not the case, though. I'm sorry, conspiracy guys. It's just not. What looks more like AI to me here is the completely, perfectly symmetrical Israeli flags on the back wall there behind him on either side. That's what makes it look more AI to me than his hand, because his hand is moving, and this is clearly a degraded video. And it also is clearly just his thumb on the side. Let me show you. Here. If I do this, and you think my thumb is another finger before my thumb, and that my thumb is hidden, then it looks like I've got 6. That's all that is. That's all this is. And there's on the other side, so you can see 5 fingers. It's also really shit quality. On this side, they say he has 6 fingers too. And if you count them there, I mean, it kind of looks like his palm is fingerish, but it's his palm. You can't see it when I've got this stupid cursor on. That's fine. That's not 6 fingers. Just wanted to bring that up because a lot of people are saying that is the case, that it is it's clearly AI because they counted wrong or it's blurry video. And also on this note, here is a clearer video of the same thing, and we don't have the finger problem in this video.
האייתולות הרצחני אכן פעל לפגוע בארצות הברית ובמערב. אבל בראש ובראשונה הוא פעל לקדם
Even still, those flags in the background look real fake to me. I mean, it could be him in a bunker in front of a green screen. I think that's more likely the case than that this is completely AI. In fact, I would put more money on that than pretty much anything as far as this video goes, that this was filmed in a bunker. Because if you see, like, I feel like his skin tone is a little bit removed from the back wall tones. And maybe I'm wrong, but that looks like more green screen than AI to me. Now, there's also this image that's been going around that has made people suspicious. And it's not just the fingers video or the AI in this video, or these images might be completely AI too. And there's speculation as to whether they are complete. Like, some people are saying that Grok proved that it's not AI, or that it is AI, and then they ran it through some other filter that is just to that only determines whether something is AI or it is an actual photo. And Grok said it's AI. The other thing said it's an actual photo, or leans heavily towards it being an actual photo. Here's the photo. This is Benjamin Netanyahu seemingly being pulled from rubble and wreckage. I don't know if that has any bearing at all, or if that is just AI, because that's what we're dealing with now. That's the level of propaganda, especially in war, that we're going to get. Nothing can be completely trusted. Even if you see what appears to be a very clear image of the Prime Minister of Israel dead, he still might be completely fake. Now, there's another thing that my wife just sent me a little bit ago that seems to point in a certain direction as well, because it's not just the AI stuff or it's not just the images. It's also the lack of stuff, the lack of images that we've been getting of this guy who, he hangs out with Trump in the White House or at Mar-a-Lago every month or two, and we hear him talking all the time, see him posting all the time. I mean, the accounts seem to have slowed down, and we're not hearing a whole lot from him. I mean, that could just be because he's hiding in a bunker and recording his speeches in front of a green screen. That's entirely possible. Now, today, I guess there's this meeting that's going on right now that I guess Prime Minister Netanyahu should have been at and isn't at, and these people seem displeased. I don't know if that proves anything. This is from Matt Wallace, so take it with a grain of salt. I would like to see if there's other sources because, it's Matt Wallace. He says, looking at the expressions on their face, I'm 99% sure that Benjamin Netanyahu is no longer alive. Okay, what is this music? Okay, so they all seem displeased and Netanyahu is not there. That might mean that Netanyahu is hiding in a bunker and they're not pleased that the war is not going as well as they thought, because maybe it's possible that they actually did get clobbered to shit last night and Netanyahu is or isn't dead. He might just be in hiding. I don't know. We don't know, and we won't know. Even if he is, we won't know for probably quite some time, because what's more important than life is the perception of leadership. And I feel like even if he did get taken out, they might just pretend for a while. I don't know. I could be wrong. Let's talk about war. You guys want to talk about war? This next stuff I'm going to burn through as quickly as possible because it's just amazing the level of stupid that we're dealing with in our society right now. From the Times of Israel, so you know it's legit, Donald Trump tells CBS, quote, "War is very complete, pretty much, could be over soon." It's very complete, pretty much. So if you were under if you had any doubt that this war, not war, was going to be over, Donald Trump should alleviate all those concerns by letting you know war is very complete, pretty much. Got it. All right. So also called it a war there. It's war again. That's the thing. Sometimes it's war, sometimes it's not. Sometimes we're done. Sometimes we're just getting started. Let's see some of those. Here's Trump saying, I'm pretty sure, I don't remember all the orders of these. All of this has happened within the last week, though. The war, it's gone back and forth so much. It's not like all of these where, at the beginning he was saying the war's not over, and now he's saying the war is over. It's been back and forth on almost literally a daily basis. Nope.
Harder than virtually any country in history has been hit, and we're not finished yet. We have
hit them harder than pretty much any country in history, and we're definitely not finished yet. But it's definitely over completely, maybe. Next, we've got Mike Johnson. Let's see what Speaker Mike Johnson had to say.
Just had an important series of votes on the House floor. As you know, the War Powers Resolution failed. That is the right result. We are not at war. We have no intention of being at war. The President and the Department of Defense have made this very clear. The Department of War has made it very clear. This is a limited operation. It's an operation that's limited in its scope and duration. It has a very clear mission, and that mission is nearly accomplished by all estimates. We are taking down Iran's ballistic missile capability, its stockpile, and its ability to produce more. They were doing that at a scale and a speed.
Same thing we did last June.
Our regional allies could keep up with, and it was a serious and imminent threat to the United States. We don't need to relitigate all that today, but also we wanted to take down the capability of their Navy, and all of that has been very successful. So this needs to continue. It would have been a very dangerous gambit to take the Commander-in-Chief's ability away to complete this mission. It would have been...
All right, shut up, bitch. Now, he says we are definitely not at war, but it's almost over. Whatever it is, whatever we're calling it, whatever the PR said to say, it's not a war. Whatever it is, it's almost over. Don't worry. Absolutely, maybe, probably. Here's Pete Hegseth, director of war, ironically enough, who he seems to have one mind of all this. Let's see.
What was the Iranian Navy is largely no more. There'll be more boats to be sunk, for sure. So their ability to project any power in that area in a naval sense is diminishing. diminishing and will be increasingly diminished. Again, what I want your viewers to understand is this is only just the beginning.
This is only just the beginning. It's not a war, but whatever it is, we're just getting started and it's almost over. Okay, I mean, if you can't trust the Secretary of War on whether or not we're at war and about done, I don't know, who can you trust, really? Okay, here's more from Trump. Just gonna bounce back and forth here. Nope, that's not Trump. That is, I'm sorry, that's Ted Cruz in a bikini again. I'm not sure how that got there, and I should have warned you. I might have the wrong link here, which means, well, there is another one of Trump saying, we won the war. I don't know why I got the wrong link there, but it pissed me off. I think that was the one where he's actually at the Thomas Massie, or not, he's down in Kentucky rallying against Thomas Massie, basically. We'll get to that too, hopefully. But he says, he said, we won the war. We basically won the war. We basically won the war. I don't like to, you never like to give predictions early, but we've basically definitely won already, is almost verbatim what he said. Now, here is the White House. The White House, Trump and his people, his administration said, we have only just begun to fight. No mercy. It's almost over, but we've only just begun again. What's this next one? Oh, this one's also from the White House. The White House said, wouldn't you know it? We have only just begun to fight, and fight decisively, and they said Epic Fury. That's what they're calling this, Epic Fury, which I think is great branding. It sounds like it was made up by a 13-year-old, like on an Xbox Live battle or something. Operation Epic Fury. Of course, everybody's spinning that into Operation Epstein Fury and Operation APAC Fury, which I think is brilliant. Thank you, Internet, for that one. But we have only just begun to fight and fight decisively. That makes it sound like before, we weren't fighting when we were bombing them. And if we were fighting, we definitely weren't fighting decisively. We were just blowing shit up. I mean, that's cool. You can talk about it being bad and all, but we weren't fighting decisively back then. We were just, epic furying or something. Oh, here's Pete Hegseth again. Let's see what he has to say this time.
President Trump declared yesterday, we're crushing the enemy in an overwhelming display of technical skill and military force. We will not relent until the enemy is totally and decisively defeated. But we do so
decisively defeated.
We do so on our timeline and at our choosing. For example, today will be yet again our most intense day of strikes inside Iran.
All right, so we'll decide when it's over on our terms, and also we're going to hit them with more than we've hit them before today, but also it's almost over any minute now. I just think it's important to share all of these for the annals of history to see how stupid our elites are and have always been, but now they have to own it, and they've got nothing at all. Here's just do another Pete Hegseth one. This is it's apparently a quote from Pete Hegseth. It says, America is winning decisively, devastatingly, and without mercy. They keep saying without mercy. Like, I thought, without mercy, it sounds like we don't give a shit about any of these Iranians. We're just going to blow them up, even though one of the main reasons that we were supposed to go into war with Iran is because they were killing their people. 60,000 of their own civilians. They were just slaughtering them. So we had to go drop bombs on them to liberate them. But when we say things like decisively, devastatingly, and without mercy, that sounds not very, caring about the Iranian people. It sounds like you're just going to bomb the shit out of any Iranians who think they have the right to live. Speaking of which, that brings me to my next clip. Here's Pete Hegseth.
Does this put U.S. personnel in any more danger than they otherwise would be?
Well,
the Russian involvement.
No one's putting us in danger. We're putting the other guys in danger. That's our job. So we're not concerned about that. We mitigate it as we need to. Our commanders factor all of this, but the only ones that need to be worried right now are Iranians that think they're going to live.
Iranians who think that they're going to live are the only ones that need to be concerned. Are you getting it yet? They don't know what they're doing, first and foremost. But it seems like they're just killing for fun, just for sport, just killing at random. Because he didn't say Iranian leaders evil, corrupt Iranian government officials that think they're going to live. They're the ones that should fear. He said the only ones that should fear, not Americans, but Iranians who think they're going to live. Again, killing for sport. Now, here is Donald Trump saying that we killed for sport.
Navy is gone. It's all lying at the bottom of the ocean. 46 ships. Can you believe it? In fact, I got a little upset with our people. I said, what quality of ship? Excellent, sir. Top of the line. I said, why didn't we just capture the ship? We could have used it. Why did we sink them? They said, it's more fun to sink them. I said, they like sinking them better. They say it's safer to sink them. I guess it's probably true.
So, amazing ships. We sunk them. Why didn't we capture them? Capture the people, take their ships. We could have used those ships. The response, according to Donald Trump, is it's more fun to sink them. And the crowd just chuckles with laughter. We just did it because it's more fun to kill people. It's less fun to arrest them. It's also less fun to, like, if we're gonna, I don't condone war, but if we're gonna do war, if we're gonna, like, take over a country, we should take some of the resources. Venezuela, I don't know why oil prices are skyrocketing when we just took over Venezuela, supposedly, but, you know, we're not taking over to get anything out of it. We don't want these boats or these people to live. They're Iranians. We're just gonna sink them because that's, quote, more fun. It's more fun to be murderers than it is to to be reasonable humans, even reasonable humans at war. We're not even pretending that. We do it because it's more fun. Let's see. Oh, here's a nice aside. We need a slight break from war and, you know, Trump's administration. Let's instead listen to a little bit of what I can only describe as slam poetry written by ChatGPT. Oh, shit, it's Pete Higgs.
Our department is going to fight decisively, not endless conflicts. Maximum lethality, not tepid legality. Violent effect, not politically correct. It's going to fight to win, not to lose. We're going to go on offense, not just on defense. Words matter.
Words matter. Okay, Dr. Seuss of genocide. That's great. It's more devastatingly and without mercy. Let's see. Oh, here's a fun one. This is Donald Trump trying to explain why we went to war. Some journalist asks him, you know, you called it a war and not a war, but which one is it? And Donald Trump's answer, I kid you not, is basically, it's not a war. It's both. It's not a war because we went to war to avoid war. That's almost literally what he says here. Take a look.
Questions, Peter?
Yes. You just said it is a little excursion, and you said it is a war. So which one is it?
Well, it's both. It's both. It's an excursion that will keep us out of a war, and the war is going to be. I mean, for them it's a war. For us, it's turned out to be easier than we thought.
It's a war. It's an excursion to keep us out of a war. But this war, they call it a war. We're not calling it a war. Got it. So we're going to war to make sure that we don't go to war. But it's not a war. Got it. Okay, here's another Donald Trump just saying the most ridiculous shit you've ever heard in your life. And if you believe any of this to be true, I have a plot of land to sell you that has probably been owed to you for 6,000 years.
As of today, there have been 8 U.S. military fatalities associated with the war in Iran. How many American deaths are you willing to have in this war?
Well, as I said before, when you have conflicts like this, you always have death. And I was at Dover yesterday. I met the parents, and they were unbelievable people. They were unbelievable people, but they all had one thing in common. They said to me one thing, every single one, finish the job, sir. Please finish the job. And I'll leave you at that.
I'll leave you at that. I mean, what else is there to say? Yeah, some U.S. military officials have died in this not war already, but don't worry. I met with their most amazing families, great people, wonderful people, and every single one of them told me the most important thing. I mean, thank you for showing up. It sucks that we lost our kid and everything, but they told me, most importantly, finish the job. You buying that? Are you buying that? I mean, maybe, sure, maybe there were some that were like, Mr. President, we just want to finish the job, get this over with, whatever. I don't even think that every single one of them said that. I don't think every one of them probably approved of the death of their child in this war, not war. But I don't know. You tell me. Let's see. We already did killing for fun. Oh, and then, here's Israel not going to war. This is from YT or RT. I think it's legit. I don't know, but they said Israeli soldier blows the shofar, Jewish ritual horn just before ground invasion into Lebanon. Sounds not exactly inspiring. Here's the sound of the shofar Jewish ritual horn announcing the war. Here we go. Again, I don't know if it's true, but I, for one, I'm revved up and ready to go. That's pretty inspiring. Also, in this not war, let's see, the Pentagon announced that they're deploying up to 5,000 Marines to the Middle East. The Wall Street Journal reports. It's not a war. Troops on the ground doesn't mean it's a war unless Congress votes on it. It's like Congress is supposed to vote on whether or not we go to war. Now it's like they get to vote on whether or not we call it a war when it's over or in the middle of it or at any point. Like, you guys can decide whether or not this is a war if you want to. We're just going to do what the fuck we want, and you guys call it what you want. Oh, here's some more reasons for this war, not war. Apparently, and this is news to me. Let me know if I missed the part where Iran carried out October 7th, because that's Trump's latest reason why we're at this war. Not even latest. There's been more since then.
They are among the most evil people ever on earth. They cut babies' heads off. They chop women in half. What they did, take a look at October 7th. Take a look at what they've done over the last 47 years. So I know nothing about a desalinization plant other than to say, if they're complaining about a desalinization plant, we complain about the fact.
So Iran is, as according to Donald Trump, chopping women in half, and they're chopping up babies, and they committed October 7th. We all remember October 7th, right? When either Iran or Gaza, depending Hamas, it just depends on what day or who we're attacking. Cuba will have committed October 7th next, but right now it's Iran committed October 7th. Maybe I missed the big news where that was Iran too. But you guys remember that school that we definitely did or didn't blow up? Here's Donald Trump trying to defend that when asked about it.
And somehow got its president. You just suggested that Iran somehow got its hands on a tomahawk and bombed its own elementary school on the first day of the war. But you're the only person in your government saying this. Even your defense secretary wouldn't say that when he was asked, standing.
I don't know who this guy is, but I like him.
Plane on Saturday. Why are you the only person saying this?
Because I just don't know enough about it. I think it's something that I was told is under investigation, but tomahawks are.
I think it's something I was told was under investigation, so I said it. That's how our president functions. I know that probably that wasn't even true. He's just saying it to get out of this bullshit that he told. But I think somebody told me that it was being investigated, and I don't know enough about it, so I just said it.
Used by others, as you know. Numerous other nations have tomahawks. They buy them from us. But I will certainly, whatever the report shows, I'm willing to live with that report.
Whatever the report shows, I'm willing to live with it. So we might have bombed a school. If it turns out that we did bomb a school, I'm willing to live with that. Or it might have been Iran. On the first day that we started attacking Iran, it might have been Iran that dropped a Tomahawk missile on their own schools. Or it might have been somebody else. Lots of people have Tomahawk missiles. There's no way of knowing who dropped the Tomahawk missile on the day that we started dropping Tomahawk missiles. There were Tomahawk missiles everywhere. There's no telling whose landed on the school, but it was probably them. They probably just bombed themselves. They're crazy Muslim suicidal maniacs, man. They're just bombing their own schools and slaughtering their own women and children for shits and giggles. Yep, that's where we're at. Let's see. Oh, where's the gay one? Here's another of Trump's latest reasons why we're at war, because he sat down with the prestigious journalist and probably future president of the United States. According to Donald Trump, he thinks he's endorsing this guy to be a politician. You remember Jake Paul, that loser YouTuber dork who who just fights people and is just bro Chad for the clicks.
We support gays, but they throw gays off the buildings, okay? We support this. I mean, the things they do, and they're fighting. But I think I have tremendous support on this. This is something that's been incredible. I have the best poll numbers I've ever had now.
I have to wonder, like, first off, now the war was started not because they were slaughtering their own people or because they had the nukes that we just took away from them or any of these other reasons. Now it's because they're killing gays. So now we went to war with Iran because for gay rights in Iran. Our troops are dying for the gay rights of Iranians. MAGA. Great. But I feel like it does cross my mind from time to time. Is Donald Trump convinced of some of these things? I know he lies a lot, but there's some, like, as much as he talks about, like, the polling numbers are amazing and my numbers are great and the economy is booming. Is he only living in the vacuum of Truth Social, Fox News, and the people surrounding him that are telling him he's doing great? And is he just like, yeah, everybody loves me. I know everybody loves me. They've always loved me. And CNN's not attacking me right now. None of the left is even attacking me right now. I'm doing great. Obviously, I'm doing great if none of the left is attacking me. Speaking of which, here's Hillary Clinton praising Trump if you needed any further indication of where we're at as far as MAGA goes.
I think all of that is a very good signal that there is beginning to be a better understanding, both by the president and the people around him, as well as by the leaders of our European allies, that there can be common ground amongst us. And the kind of dismissiveness that we saw in the first Trump administration has been replaced by a much more obvious working relationship to the good of European security, transatlantic security, and hopefully Ukrainian security. So I'm actually...
All right. So Hillary Clinton is saying, yeah, I was against him back when the people were for him, but now that all the people are turning on him, I think he's making a lot of sense. I think he's making a lot of sense when it comes to this Epstein stuff and these wars and the Doge, getting rid of that and doing all these things that all the elites seem to all agree on. Why do they all agree that war good at all times? Why? Also, even further, Bill Maher came out in support of this war because I don't know. His shtick is pretty similar to Donald Trump's. It's so lazy and so stupid. He's like, well, I've seen a lot of happy Iranians, so, obviously this war's good. Well, are they happy Iranians because they're clobbering Tel Aviv? Because, sure, that might make sense, but I don't think that's what he meant.
Also, this week, war. Did you hear about that thing? We bombed Iran, and it's going on. Now, have you expected me to say I hate it? I don't.
Shocking.
Sorry. When he puts boots on the ground, yeah, then I'll hate it. Now, I know too many happy Iranian Americans. Sorry. And you cannot name one horrible thing that has happened in the Middle East in the last 50 years and not connect it to this fascist theocracy. They're like 6 degrees of they don't eat bacon. And it's popular. I mean, Iranians all over the world are doing the Trump dance. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
The whole world is jerking off 2 guys at once. Now, it's...
So, like the TikTok nurses during COVID, obviously COVID's not that big a deal because we've got nurses doing TikTok dances down the hallways while they're resuscitating people. COVID's fine. I mean, he didn't say that, but that's basically the level of thought here. There's people on TikTok who are dancing and they say that they're Iranians. Therefore, Iranians are happy. Trump bombing Iran is good for Iranians. We all know that. I mean, it's just too on the fucking nose when all of the people who hated you 2 years ago when we were saying, hey, great, or even a year ago when we were saying, hey, great, you're anti-war, you're anti-Epstein, you're anti, the swamp and all this shit. They were all like, oh, this evil racist motherfucker. And now they're like, good on him for bombing people because for fun, even, as we pointed out. Here is this next one is Carolyn Levitt saying there was a threat on America. That's why we bombed Iran, because any minute now they were going to bomb us, not Israel, but us with their nukes or whatever that they do and don't have. Probably our Tomahawk missiles. Oh, my bad. That's actually not what she said. It's not what I thought it was. And I'm not even sure if I switched over there. So it's fine. You may have heard nothing there. I don't know. But yeah, apparently she said that we were afraid that they were going to attack U.S. assets in the region. Not that they were going to attack the U.S., but she also went on to say later now that there has never... Oh, here, let me just show you this one. She says... This post and story should be immediately retracted by ABC News for providing false information to intention. So the story was FBI warns police in California that Iran wants to retaliate for U.S. attack by launching drones against West Coast, according to an alert reviewed by ABC News. So she said, this is not true. They wrote this based on one email that was sent to local law enforcement in California about a single unverified tip. The email even states that the tip was based on unverified intelligence, yet ABC News left out this critical fact in their story. Why? Now, this last sentence is why I bring this up. She says, to be clear, no such threat from Iran to our homeland exists, and it never did. No such threat to America ever existed at all. Not only does it not exist now, but it never did. So what are we doing? Why are we bombing them? Yeah, I mean, of course, Iran's pissed off at us for doing this. Why wouldn't they be? And of course, it's not impossible for them to have drone technology to at least do a little bit of damage. I don't think they could do a whole lot all the way over here, but who knows? Who knows? I mean, Israel's got directed energy weapons. We know that now. Jewish space lasers are apparently a thing. Let's see. Oh, here's Donald Trump letting us know when the war will be over, based on very scientific, reasoning.
I'm doing something about it, and I had to take an excursion. We had the greatest economy in history. We still do. Oh, this will bounce right back when it's over, and I don't think it's going to be long. When it's over, this is going to bounce right back so fast.
When are you going to know when it's over?
When I feel it.
Okay.
I feel it in my bones.
Will you ask anybody in particular? Would that be some of these a joint decision?
Well, I deal with people. I have great people.
Yeah.
When I feel it in my bones, that's when I'll know it's over. Like he's an old man feeling that there's rain coming on. I can feel it in my hip. I feel peace coming in my bones. All right. Well, I'm glad we've got this all pinned down here as to why we're at war, not at war. Oh, here's another reason why we're at war. Let's just go ahead and blame Jared Kushner, too.
The situation was very quickly...
This is probably the most reasonable one.
The point of no return, and the United States found it intolerable, in my opinion, based on what Steve and Jared and Pete and others were telling me, Marco, so involved, that I thought that they were going to attack us. I thought they would, if we didn't do this at the time we did it, I think they had in mind to attack us.
Listen to that level of confidence. We're supposed to believe that this is a strong leader who's making decisive action. And every single question that he's asked is like, oh, I didn't have enough information, or I heard it from this guy, or Jared said this, or Rubio said that. Like, he won't even own it. But then there's other interviews where he owns it in that he's like, oh, yes, we won. We won. Like, just make it make sense for 5 seconds. The amount of spin is painful. We got to talk about Lindsey Graham, because Lindsey Graham weighed in on all this too. Here's the best of Lindsey Graham from this week.
Regime goes down and they stop terrorizing the region. When this regime goes down, we're going to have a new Mideast. We're going to make a ton of money.
We're going to be filthy rich as soon as we blow up Iran. We're going to be filthy rich, just like they said we would be after we stole Venezuela's president for some reason. Oh, here's Lindsey Graham saying, oh man, this one is just brutal. This is where Lindsey Graham said, if you're against this, then I'm not with you, Americans. If you're an American, he calls them isolationists if they don't want to be a part of this war. You're an isolationist if you do not want to do this war that we still can't call a war or figure out any reason why we're doing it. If you're against that as an American, then I'm not with you. I'm with Israel. A United States senator is more on the side of Israeli civilians or Israeli politicians, more likely, than the U.S. citizens that he's supposed to be leading, his constituents.
all the anti-Seminites to all the isolationists.
Seminites.
I don't believe. Forget it. I'm not with you. I'm with Israel. I will be with Israel to our dying day. They're the best ally we could hope for. So we have a commander-in-chief in President Trump, who I think is Ronald.
The best ally that who could hope for? The American people that you're referring to? That you're saying you're not with? The best ally to who? You're supposed to be a part of this country that we currently live in, that you're a senator for, but, you know, I'm more with Israel than I am with you, American citizens who disagree with me. Because they're the greatest ally. To what? To whom? If not the people that you're supposed to be supporting, that you're saying fuck all to. Like, fuck off. If you disagree with me, I'm with that other country over there. How do we have this happening? How are these people leaders of anything in our country? How have they not been voted out? Oh, camera, come on. Stay with me. Oh, here's Lindsey Graham making further predictions. You know, because we're not at wars enough. Cuba, we're going to do Cuba next.
I'm not looking for a fair fight. If we get in a fight, I want to win it. I want to win it quick. I'm in Miami. You see this hat? Free Cuba. Stay tuned. Yep. The liberation of Cuba is upon us. It's just a matter of time now. You see this hat? Make Iran great. President Trump said the only way to make Iran great is for the people to take over. We're marching through the world. We're cleaning out the bad guys. We're going to have relationships with new people that will make us prosperous.
Shut up. You're cleaning out the bad guys. By the way, the Ayatollah that we killed, he was replaced by his son. So, good job, y'all. That's like defeating the Taliban in Afghanistan, and then who takes over the country after we leave? The Taliban. Like, whether good or bad people doesn't really matter. If your job was to uninstall that train of thought, probably killing the father of what you insist is a radical jihadist Muslim. Maybe he is. I don't know him. Never met him, but don't know his track record. I probably would disagree with him on a whole lot of things, but if you didn't like his father's policies and you were taking out you killed his father, you know, in Islam, I feel like martyrdom seems to be a pretty big deal. And if you take out a religious leader of what you call the scourge of the earth and like the most dangerous factions of Islam, you killed their leader, which was his dad, and then he took over. I bet that won't have any repercussions. We probably won't be looking back on this in, 6 years or even 6 months and very much seeing the obvious failure that it was and always is to enact regime change. Yep, you killed him and you replaced him with a younger, more physically fit, I would imagine, more emboldened to fight you, his son. Great. Good job. Mission accomplished. Now, here's a flashback to Lindsey Graham, like probably 6 months ago, just gloating about how Trump is running out of bombs.
So I just want to say I feel good about the Republican Party. I feel good about where we're going as a nation. We're killing all the right people and we're cutting your taxes.
I
Trump
love
is
killing.
my favorite president. We've run out of bombs. We didn't run out of bombs in World War II.
We're killing more people than we did in World War II. Isn't that great? Good Lord. And that was before all this kicked off even. So we were running out of bombs, according to Lindsey Graham. He said that was a good thing. But we were running out of bombs before we even decided to fight a very reasonably sized country with a decent military power, it seems. I wonder if we're still gloating about running out of bombs at this point. Let's see. Oh man, how much time we got? Oh, about a half hour. We've got a shit ton. I'm just debating on whether or not we do any of these funny side things or not. I'll go ahead and play one of them because this is nope. This is a different one than I was thinking, but this is still pretty funny too. I'll play it. This is where the boomers are at on all of this. I would say from what I gather on the Twitters and the amount of rage that I've gotten from the boomer class, I'd say this lady is a pretty good indication of where a lot of their mindset is. Also, I had one of them tell me earlier this morning, because I called him a boomer or something. I just said, okay, boomer. And he said, well, your generation will have to explain to the generation under you why you let your children chop their penises off. And I was like, bitch, Y'all are still in charge. If people are chopping their dicks off, that's on you. Like, if we're going to just put it up to, like, your generation caused this, like, your generation raised these people, and these people aren't even in charge. They might be pushing for it. Sure, there's a lot more people in my generation pushing for that, but Trump is a boomer, and Trump is not stopping that thing that you have a very large issue with. Not only that, but if you recall, child genital mutilation surgery under Trump, first draft at least that he decided to share with the public was, it's fine as long as your parents say so. Of course the parents are saying so. Of course they are. There's not too many children who are going to the doctor to get surgical procedures on their own without their parents' permission. So you're kind of just saying it's all fine and good. Unless your parents are dead, then I guess you're screwed. I don't know. But here's a good indication of boomer mentality right now. And I'm sorry for any of you reasonable boomers, much like all you reasonable Israelis or Jews or black people during BLM or white Christian evangelicals even during the I guess God-sanctioned war that we're fighting here. But here's a boomer.
I'm a true Trumpian. Whatever Trump says, I'm with him. President Trump cannot be bought, period. I feel so sorry for the people in Iran. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you to our amazing military for helping Iran. May God bless you all. Stay safe and get this job done.
It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Thank you, Trump. I feel so sorry for the people in Iran. Trump, get the job done when Pete Hegseth says that the only people who shouldn't be expecting to live are Iranians. Like, it's just so stupid. Like, just pay attention to what your people that you like are saying. They're saying the opposite of what you're saying. But sure, yes, let's pray for the people. Yes, we should pray for the people of Iran, but stop praising the people that are bombing them. You can't have it both ways. Oh, here's another one. It's a good follow-up to that. From Donald Trump. From the desk of Donald Trump on Truth Social. Iran had plans of taking over the entire Middle East and completely obliterating Israel. Just like Iran itself, those plans are now dead. President Donald J. Trump. It's exhausting. Just like Iran, those plans are now dead. Iran is dead, he's saying. But we're supposed to be like, he's liberating the Iranians, and they're all so happy. Oh, man. It's just stupid. I got to play another sidestep here, because this is another, like I mentioned, Christian evangelicals, even, they're praising this because they have to. They're supposed to. But it's so bad. This is a TikTok bitch, and she says, me chilling, not worried about wars, because the Bible already told us it would happen, and it means Jesus is arriving soon. Here we go. That's the level of intelligence we're dealing with here. Well, the Bible said that war means Jesus is coming back, therefore, war good. You do know that we've had 2 world wars before this, right? Along with a plethora of other wars. And I would imagine in every single one of those, people like you of that generation thought that it was the end of days and that we don't need to worry because, yes, God is in control. And yes, we should have some peace and we should not obsess too much about these things. That point I do agree with, because until it affects you and your family, you should not over-stress and over-freak out about everything like a lot of people do. But you should also not bury your head in the sand and say, well, God's coming any minute now because we're dropping bombs again. Like, that's Jewish mentality, and that's Talmudic Jewish mentality that we're allegedly fighting for, or apparently fighting for, because Pete Hegseth said that we're trying. I don't have that clip, but he said something in some speech or briefing or something that was like, we're doing this to... this is for the apocalypse or something like that. Like, there's been a lot of wars, and there's been a whole lot of predictions in my lifetime from Christians quote-unquote Christians like John Hagee, who's like blood moon means that it's the end of days. He's putting out multiple books, I think, on the blood moons being the end of days. I looked it up the other day. In my lifetime alone, there's been like 650 blood moons, and they've all been the end of days, I guess. And every single war, I'm sure, was the end of days, and this war is now the end of days, so we don't have to worry about it because Jesus is coming if we bomb Iran. That's the level of mentality that the white evangelical TikTok bitches have. If you have that, you should have listened to the first hour and a half of this episode, I suppose. But, that's just what we're going with. Oh, there's a bunch of propaganda that the White House has been releasing. We'll probably skip that for now. Maybe I'll do a short episode on that later. But just all these, if you're not on Twitter or TikTok, you might have missed it, but the White House is just releasing video after video after video of the most cringe propaganda you've ever seen of like Mario Wii hitting a tennis ball and then bombs exploding, and or like movie clips of war, and then it's like just trying to look badass. It's pathetic, especially after everything that we've seen of real life. Like, they can put out all the propaganda to try and make this war seem like it's a good thing, but all the things that we've talked about in the last hour and a half of the real life situation here out of their mouths, where they don't have a fucking clue what they're doing, clearly, we're supposed to just be like, yay, bombs are exploding somewhere because you put it along to Super Mario's Wii Tennis or golf or whatever. We'll get to that later. We got to talk about Massie, because Massie, Trump went down to Kentucky, Massie's stomping ground, and Rand Paul's stomping ground, to let everybody know. I'm sure it's just because he cared about the people of Kentucky. And of course, Thomas Massie came out and he was like, I don't have this clip, but he said something to the effect of, I think it's great that Trump's coming here. He's gonna, I'm glad that he cares about the people of Kentucky enough to come here at this pivotal moment in time. And he said I would imagine he's probably just here to endorse my opponent and push him. But oh well. Like, Massie is just like, yep, you do what you got to do. Because the thing about Massie is that he lives in a district where there's a lot of people that love him. So many people love him, but not all of them have paid attention to Donald Trump, and they still love Donald Trump, and they're not on Twitter, and they're not watching my show, apparently. This rally happened, and during it, TPUSA, bringing it back to them, they took a side. They took Donald Trump's side because they posted, MAGA rallies are back. Trump haters are on notice.
This is something that would have never happened under the Obama or Biden administrations.
The president wants to save college sports. No one believes in the American industry like President Trump, the American worker.
All right, whatever. It's just, it's YMCA. I don't think we can play much of that. But people talking about Donald Trump. That first one sounded like it might be Charlie, which is pretty gross. Pretty gross if we're using Charlie's words to basically attack Thomas Massie, because we've got more words from Charlie here in a minute. But reader's note added, per Turning Point's own ranking, Rep. Massie is one of the most conservative legislators with a TP action score of 91% this session. Not a rhino, Republican in name only. Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point, often supported Rep. Massie, calling him my favorite congressman. And I believe we have that clip here, lest ye think the internet be lying to you again. Here is Charlie Kirk introducing Thomas Massie.
One of the most exciting developments from last week's negotiations is the new church committee. And one of the members of that new church committee is one of my favorite members of Congress. He loves the Constitution. He loves liberty. He's honest and he's tough, and he's going to really go after the intel agencies. It's Thomas Massie, who's just terrific, from Kentucky. Congressman Massie, welcome to the program.
There's Charlie Kirk. In his own words, you be the judge of who's telling the truth about Charlie Kirk's opinion of Thomas Massie. Is it TPUSA or is it Charlie Kirk himself? I don't know. It's hard to say these days. It seems like his opinion shifted drastically in many, many ways immediately following his death. Now, also for this rally, it appears that Trump bussed in a bunch of people, because this is a flyer that Thomas Massie shared, and it says, take the something to a Trump rally. I don't know what that was supposed to be. March 11th in Hebron, Kentucky, and then it's got a bunch of different dates. But, yeah, Pickup location provided upon RSVP. So they're bussing people out to these rallies now for Trump because he's doing so great in the polls and he's just crushing it. Okay, we got to keep moving. Running out of time here. Trump said that Massie was the worst in history. Oh, that's the wrong link. But he did. He said that he posted, like, leading up to this event, that Massie was the worst congressman in U.S. history, in our entire fabled history of our glorious country. He's the worst possible. Here he is. Here's a clip of him calling Massie a loser.
But Massie's a complete and total disaster as a congressman and, frankly, as a human being. You know, he's got one thing going. He went to a good college. But I know a lot of stupid people that went to a good college.
This one's great.
And my uncle was the longest serving professor in the history of that particular college, university, MIT. 41 years. My uncle was there 41 years. So that means I have much better blood if you go by that. But I went to the hardest college of all to get into. The Wharton School of Finance.
All right, so oh wait, we got to play into that.
That means I'm real smart.
There we go. Means I'm real smart. We got to get rid of this guy. So basically, there he's saying, Massie, yeah, he went. All he's got going for him is he went to a good college, a smart college. But I know a lot of stupid people that went to a good college. Not like me. I went to a good college, so I'm smart. Like, just he's so dumb. He's so dumb. And a lot of the Trump supporters, like Cat Turd, like there's a Cat Turd post that we're not going to have time to bring up, but he said something like, Thomas Massie is just a creepy weirdo inside and out. And Donald Trump saying, like, even in his personal life, he's bad. And then Donald Trump, one of the Trump supporters that I have here said, like, Thomas Massie's just calling Trump a pedo and attacking his family. And it's like, you all saw that post of Donald Trump saying that Thomas Massie's his wife died and he was criticizing him for getting remarried and saying that he was a loser in the same post and saying that his wife is a leftist and his wife, she just hasn't figured out that he's a loser yet. Show me the post. Show me the post where Thomas Massie is attacking Donald Trump's family, even remotely at all, let alone remotely as much as Donald Trump is attacking Thomas Massie's family directly and being a complete asshole because Thomas Massie has the balls to hold Trump's feet to the fire on the things that Trump campaigned on just 6 months ago. So he's the enemy now. All right, so let's see. Worst in history, stupid college, calls Massie a disloyal loser. You get the gist. We don't need to listen to all of these. Oh, this is Ed Galrine, the guy who Donald Trump, he tried to find somebody to run against Thomas Massie, and nobody seemed to want to do it. It took a while, but he found somebody. He found Ed Galrine, who I guess was never Trumper at one point. He's got a whole lot of AIPAC money in his pocket, and so Trump was there to push this guy as an amazing candidate, and this is how Ed Galliran's speech ended. It doesn't matter what the rest of it is. This is how it ended, and I think this is enough for me.
I hope the fake news gets this. Tom Massie stands with the ladies of The View.
Say it again.
Tom Massie stands with the ladies of The View.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. President, we stand with you. Fight, fight, fight!
Just go, Ed. You're done here. Just look at Trump's face there. Look at the look on Trump's face there. I mean, he's like pointing to him like, oh, yeah, look at this guy. But even he's like, well, that face says more to me. What the fuck was that?
I'm telling you, that is the greatest candidate.
Thomas Massie stands with the ladies of The View. I don't even know what this means, but this is his big closer. Show me where Thomas Massie is standing with the ladies of The View. Go ahead. He had to repeat it. He had to say it twice because he can't even handle a teleprompter, but he's the greatest candidate. Thomas Massie stands with the ladies of The View, but we stand for you. That's not even a good line. Just you could have ChatGPT. You could have Pete Hegseth slam poetry, ChatGPT. It's something better than Thomas Massie stands with the ladies of The View, and we stand with you. Fight, fight, fight! Strong leadership there, you guys. Strong leadership to take down, the guy, the guy that is America First, the guy that everybody loves, the guy that is pushing all the things that Donald Trump ran on. We got Ed Galrine, and he's the greatest candidate because Donald Trump is so full of shit. All right. Here is Ed Galrine's ad. As a propagandist, I like to do these whenever we can. We skipped all that propaganda section, but we got to at least bring up this one. That was my response. But we got to bring up this one. For the audio listener, this is Ed Galrine, one shot, standing in front of... I don't think it's entirely one shot. I think it took a few takes, but doesn't walk, doesn't move. He's literally just... It's the exact stereotypical politician, like speaking to like Midwestern farmers or whatever. He's standing in a field with a tractor or some sort of farming equipment, and he has this to say.
Greetings from the farm and Ed's tractor truths. Don't believe the attacks. Look at my record. I was inspired by President Reagan to serve. I became a Navy SEAL officer and spent a career spanning 3 decades defending this nation and you and your family. Countless combat deployments, 4 Bronze Stars, promoted to be a commanding officer. I'm a Kentucky farmer. I believe in faith, family, freedom, and duty, honor, country. I'm running to eliminate DEI, restore merit, refocus our military on lethality and warfighting, not social experiments. That's not woke. That's common sense. Farm strong, SEAL tough, America first, Kentucky always. Greetings.
Wow. Just, do I even need to say anything? That's just, like, I could do a deep dive into that, but I don't even think that Ed Galrine deserves a whole lot of just even attention at this point, other than to say, fight, fight, fight! I've heard enough. Then there was another, I guess, attack ad against Massie, whatever. Oh, this is one that I got to share. This is Thomas Massie and Rand Paul talking about where they stand on the budget. These evil monsters that are attacking Trump and his family. It's because, they disagree. They vote no on everything. They vote no. They always vote no. Here's their very high standards. Let me know, MAGA. Do you agree with that these standards are just too high?
The bottom line is, I agree with Thomas Massie. There may be problems with the balanced budget amendment. I'm for it because we have to do something. But it's also, we have to agree to smaller government. And that means the budget you vote on has to be significantly smaller. And so because I'm the compromising sort, I've just compromised and said, well, I'll vote for it if it's 6% less. But I do want it to at least be able to balance in 5 years, because then the first year is a fiction if you don't cut it 6% the first year.
My vote is easier to get than Rand's.
Because you're much more moderate.
Yeah, I know we're saying that in jest. I don't think the Speaker of the House would agree with that statement. But Rand talks about the penny plan. When he says the penny plan, that's a 1% cut on a $7 trillion or multi-trillion-dollar bill, and a 6 penny plan is 6% cut. I would vote for any spending bill that cuts literally 1 penny. Like, if next year they would agree to spend 1 penny less than the $7 trillion they're spending this year, I would vote for it. That's not even an option that's ever presented here.
What a completely unreasonable monster. Like, what more do you need to hear? I would vote, I wouldn't. Rand Paul wouldn't, but Thomas Massie's like, hell, I'll vote for a spending plan if it's 1 literal cent less than it was last year. But we don't do that. We never even do that. Is that too much to ask? Limited government conservatives, is it too much to ask that we spend 1 penny less? Because that's Thomas Massie's issue here. In 1 penny would be enough to bring him around to your cause, but you can't even give him that. You can't even give him 1 penny less. So whose fault is that? All right, we have we've got some boomers saying this is just wow. I gotta share this because it's just so dumb. This person shared a picture of Thomas Massie saying, "I'm a legend in my own mind," but his post says, "Surprised he's not in drag." I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. They don't have anything. They have literally nothing against this guy. Here is a cat turd saying, "Creepy AF weirdo in his professional and private life. Makes my skin crawl just looking at him." Oh, look at that creepo. That's a scary man. Good God. It's so stupid. It's all so stupid. Yeah. we've got, let's say, 2, maybe 3 more things, and then we'll jump out of here. Thank you for hanging with me if you've made it this far. This has been the most packed episode that I've ever done. Still pushing 2 hours, and we fit a shit ton in here. Here is, what is this one? Oh, that was, I think we already talked about that one. That was $10 billion that Trump was sending to the Board of Peace, which is his board that is bringing peace. While we're at war, we're sending $10 billion to the Board of Peace. We're funding his peace thing, too, in addition to the war. So we're funding the war twice, because we're also funding it in this Board of Peace. Oh, no, we already played that one. Shit. I think I've got some wrong links here. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, that's the wrong link. I don't know what happened here. That's fine. We've covered enough. We've packed enough into this. I'll leave you with this. And I'll probably come back and I do want to do a side-by-side kind of comparison between Chris Webby's new song and Tom McDonald's new song, Anti. I don't remember what Chris Webby's is called, actually. It's clearly better, but I don't remember the name of his because I just remember it as that amazing song. We'll talk about that in a future episode or probably an after party episode. So if you want that, go to patreon.com/thesystemsdown, support the show, and get the after party, get the ad-free versions and all that stuff. But I'll leave you with this angry guy driving in his truck home, and we'll go out on this. So until next time, question everything, stay uncomfortable, be bad, have fun, and all that. Follow me at TSIDpod on Twitter, thesystemsdown.tv, or wherever the Systems Downs are sold. This is where, yeah, everybody's at.
Process it. Fuck you. I just heard on the fucking news on the radio that, hey, be ready, gas is about to go up. My mind just got fucking blown, dude. Gas is about to go up. We just fucking raped Venezuela's asshole for no goddamn reason. And Trump's talking about, oh, we took over their oil. Bitch, how in the fuck is gas about to go the fuck up and we just raped Venezuela's asshole for some oil? Is everybody fucking getting this shit now, dude? Are y'all gonna stop being fucking stupid and realize that fucking these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about us? Gas is about to go up and we just took all of Venezuela's oil. Explain that fucking shit to me and don't say, oh, it's crude. We gotta process it. Fuck you. Fuck you. What the fuck is going on? Gas prices are about to be ready for gas prices to go up. Fuck yourself. Fuck you. Fuck Donald fucking Trump's dumb fucking ass. He really fucked y'all. He fucked me. He pulled the goddamn wool right over my goddamn eyes. Everybody's goddamn eyes. What a fucking dirtbag. What a fucking piece of shit dirtbag. Oh, and then talking about guns. Oh, you can't walk around with guns. No, you can't walk around with guns. I'll be goddamned. I'll be goddamned. I'm little peanut Jared fucking Schultz, but you ain't taking my goddamn guns. I'll fire it off, brother. Fire it off. Come get my shit, dude. I'll meet you like this. Let's fucking go. Hey, buddy, come get him. Dude, Donald fucking Trump. You still support this guy? You're a fucking moron. Let me go a little bit further. You still vote left or right? You're a fucking moron.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what else is there to be said? There's not a lot. I mean, the last hour and 50 minutes would prove otherwise. There's a lot to say. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.
Thanks for watching. Smash all the like and subscribe buttons because that's what we say at the end of videos. Good night, everybody.
This concludes our broadcast day.